So here we are on the last discussion of the semester, and we're looking at this discussion, and what we see, we are supposed to address the impact of the Colombian Exchange on both the Old and New World from 1492 to 1600. Be sure to discuss the positive and negative effects. So, what we're going to do in writing this discussion is we're going to look at, okay, first of all, what were some of the positive effects for the New World, and what was some of the positive effects for the Old World, and the same for the negative effects. Now, when we look at the positive effects, one of the things has to deal with foodstuffs and animals. Obviously, for the Europeans, it was a much better diet, and this would lead to also helping the Europeans have some sort of a population explosion. Name what those vegetables and fruits that were brought from the Old World to the New World, and how this had that positive effect for the population. Even for the Native Americans, a positive effect would have to be with domesticated animals, because at this point only the llamas found in Peru were the only really domesticated animals that were in the New World. So the introduction of horses, pigs, cattle, sheep, goats, all these could also have a positive impact. It really transpired and created the Plains Indians culture much later when these horses got away, and the Mustangs, as they were called, would transform that culture. Then the negative. Well, if we look at the negative, the largest impact obviously was on the Native Americans, because new diseases were created. And why did so many Native Americans die because of those diseases? That's very important, and you have to tell the reader, which is basically me, why it was such a major impact, these diseases. And the negative impact on Europeans, not as much, even though there are belief that maybe syphilis was from the New World to the Old World. But those are the things that inspired. And sometimes what gets lost out in reading Ashi and a lot of other history textbooks is one of the positive impacts was that for Europeans, especially those who came from lower socioeconomic means, they have a better opportunity. And therefore, if you look at the majority of people that came from Europe, their ancestors were relatively poor or in lower classes, and yet that opportunity allowed for a great deal of success that they would never, ever find in Europe. So let's do this Friday, and once again, the offer's out there. Send me your discussion before Thursday at 4 p.m., and I'll be happy to critique it.